Welcome back to Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks. I'm Kayla, and this year on the podcast, we are sharing more real entrepreneurial stories, the kind that inspire you no matter where you are in your business journey. From first ideas to decades of leadership, these are the stories behind the businesses that really shape our community and what makes our community shine. Today's episode is kicking off with Dean and Bonnie Dyer of WRWH Radio, a radio station that's been a part of White County since the late 1950s and a journey that spans generations. So grab your cup of coffee and let's get started.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Chamber Chicks. I'm Beth.
And I'm Kayla.
And we're coming to you on Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks with two dear friends, Dean and Bonnie from WRWH. And we're talking about how entrepreneurship sort of develops over time and working with your family.
Yeah, sometimes that's good and sometimes it's bad. In this case, I have to say it's good.
I was going to say, y'all are quite the dynamic duo. I'm so glad you're here.
Well, we are too. Thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Of course.
Hopefully we will not break your coffee break.
Never would we ever think you would break our coffee break. But so we'll just jump right in because we're going to cover a lot of things that I would normally do in the intro. So WRWH, our local radio station, which we love, AM and FM. So proud of y'all. That was a big step. But it's been a part of the community forever. It feels like forever, since the 50s. So tell us about how your story with WRWH started.
Okay. Well, basically, for me, it started back in 1969 when I just fresh out of broadcasting school and sending out resumes around the state trying to find a job somewhere. And I just happened to get a call from Alton Brown Sr., who owned the radio station here in Cleveland at that time.
Yeah.
And so I came down to Cleveland, checked it out, and it's kind of been an ongoing challenge ever since then. You know, I thought I knew everything about radio when I got out of broadcasting school, but that first day that I went into the control room, into the control room, and I was shown the different controls. Here's how it works and everything, and then Alton and another guy that was there, they said, "We're going to lunch. It's all yours."
Oh, my goodness.
So I had to learn real fast. And I've been learning ever since, over 55 years or so. Every day you learn something new.
And Smith's Soda Shop has never been the same since.
That's
right?
true.
They went to Smith's Soda Shop.
Right.
So what does your journey look like? Walk us through from starting there fresh out of school to now owning the station for all these years.
Well, when I first started working there, Bonnie and I had not met at that time. I didn't know she even existed at that time.
I know.
But
Little did you know you needed that anyway.
I started out working on the air, just an on-air shift, and worked a couple of years. And then when Alton Brown Sr., I might mention at that time, he purchased the White County News. He owned the White County News for a short period of time. He asked me to help manage the station. So I got into that part, management, and then later on in the 80s, able to purchase, with a couple of other partners, the ownership of the station. And have been working ever since then with, different aspects of owning the business and trying to keep it afloat all these years. And it's a couple of years, a year or so after that, it started in 69, I finally, I met Bonnie and we got married, and I put her to work very soon after that.
Yes, he did. We actually met at Vogel State Park.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's our, I said we have a little area there that's our place.
I love that.
I worked in this during the summer at the snack shack.
Uh-huh.
And so he and his cousins were cruising around. So
you were looking for Bonnie.
We were looking for.
guess so.
Yep.
I guess so. So that's how it started. It's the Vogel State Park.
But when she started, we needed someone to help at the station to do some, bookkeeping work, secretary work, and fixing our, preparing our logs for each day, because each day we have a log that details everything that goes on the air every day. And each day it changes or has some increments of changes.
Sure.
So we needed somebody to help do that. So I called her in to help do that work. She started out working, a couple of hours per day. And that's all we paid her for at that time. Eventually it increased. She was probably doing 6 or 8 hours, but the pay didn't increase.
I understand.
The pay stayed
I'm one
the same.
of those unpaid interns for 32 years.
So, but anyway, it has worked out, and that a couple of hours now worked in. Now sometimes it's 8 to 10 hours a day that you have to spend on a business when you own a business, and one we love.
No, we can tell you love it. You're so good at it.
Well, we try.
Yeah, and you make a great team.
And it's evolved over the years, too.
Yeah.
Like the programming logs he referred to. At that time, it was a typewriter. Yes. And I had this little
Manual typewriter.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
a
this
manual,
little thing,
not
little
electric.
strips, and the different shows and the commercials or whatever. I had these little strips, and then I would type all that out, and that's what they went by. So it's evolved now where it automatically goes into the control room, and it comes up, and that's it. So. Technology has definitely improved over the years from the typewriter, to the computer.
Yeah, she moved from that, the typewriter, up to one of the old Apple computers.
Oh yeah,
love
with the
my
big
Apple.
floppy
Yeah,
discs
little
and
small screen.
yeah.
She moved up to that, and for a few years did our logs on that. And then when we decided, hey, we need to move up and get a little bit more modern here and go to the PC type of
That was
computing,
No.
she did not want to
Do
leave.
not mess with Bonnie's rhythm.
I mean, I don't want to learn over again when I'd already learned from the Apple, and it was different.
Very different.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. And so I kept that little Apple right on my desk for several months afterwards till I finally got it, well, I guess it's going to be okay. He usually sets up stuff like that. He'll set it up, and then I just do it.
Turns it over to you.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that.
Drop-
And
drop-
if you've watched our Try It Tuesday, where we assisted on air with Dean, you will
Yeah.
see how fast things go. So that log is critical. Critical.
Yeah.
I know. I'm the
You are.
main source.
You are the foundation.
The glue that holds it all together,
Yes.
truly.
Don't build her up that much.
No one knows this, but I'm just.
We
Everyone sees you on air, Dean. They hear you, but they don't see Bonnie behind the
Right.
scenes, keeping it all
Yes.
smooth.
That's one thing too. Initially, or for several years, she did not want to talk on the radio.
It
To
took
be
me
fair-
25 years.
It
I
took-
don't know that you like it now. I mean, we had to convince her when we were talking about doing this podcast. It was, well, let me talk to Bonnie. Truly.
Well, I was going, oh no, I can't do this. But, I have always answered the phones and all this stuff at the station. So many friends over the
I know.
years, and, customers and listeners, and it's just, I became a part of their family. So I was constantly on the phone. So one day I finally decided, well, I guess I can just pretend I'm on the phone. And so that's how I got started doing my little bit in the morning.
I like the little morning back and forth
A
y'all
little
have.
bit, yeah.
Don't worry, she does phone well.
She does very good.
She can stay on the phone for hours.
Well, I told them, people wants to talk.
That's right.
They need to, get things off their chest, or they might have an issue or whatever, and I listen. So they come first.
I know.
Yes.
I love that. Y'all really done a great job of sort of adopting the new technology. But so how do you balance the history of that, of the radio station, with the new? Because you've come a long way. I mean, the FM station. And,
We have.
I mean,
We were 50 years. We operated 50 years with just the AM broadcast, and we were unable to. And we tried
Oh,
several
yeah.
different avenues to get an FM signal and could not. But luckily, we were able to get the FCC change some rules that were enabling us to get a FM translator. It's a lower power than some of the major market stations, but we're able to go that route. But in moving all the way from that up to, today with where we try to keep everything, as up to date as we can. We would like to have a nice digital board like y'all have over there. But I do, at least, we actually both do, try to keep the original intent of the station when it started in 1958 until now. The station was granted a license to serve the community. And that's what we continue every day. We try to use that as our theme, serve the community and try to keep the business going, pay the power bill and stuff. I know I had, back in the early days, I had a well-known businessman in Habersham County. We were asking, or I told him something that, our main objective is to serve the public. And he just laughed at me and he says, no, he said, your main objective is to make money. I said, no, it's to serve the public and hopefully we'll make some money by doing that.
And what does Dave Ramsey say? If you serve people, you will be compensated.
Right.
So.
And we have, it's been very nice over the years. I've had lots of great loyal listeners with several decades. And generations of families. And we really appreciate that. Families that bring up their children, listening to the radio. And we have, some of those people are still listening, the generations. But we do have, there's others out there that probably their children don't even know what a radio is. Some of the newer folks, the young folks.
I don't know. You can get your day started right if you'll listen to Dean and Bonnie between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning.
We try our best, yes.
Awesome. So tell us about the hut.
The Quonset hut?
Yeah, talk about starting in the 50s and growing.
Right.
I mean, you've made a lot of changes in the last.
And some of it was necessary. As I mentioned earlier, we were there in that Quonset hut and on the air for 50 years. And at the end of that 50-year period, the Quonset hut, the way it was set up, the wiring and the electrical system, throughout started failing.
Oh, yeah.
And to upgrade that, we felt that we could build a whole new building, almost what it would take to upgrade that. So that's what we did, build a new facility, and it's been super nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You've got so much room.
Oh, yeah. And that's one of the things we liked about that is having more room to be able to do different interviews. One of the big things when we built the new studio, compared to the Quonset hut, it was very small, cramped and such. And I wanted 2 production rooms. The production rooms where we do commercials. I wanted that. Well, when we built the new building, we did the 2 production studios, but that was in 2008. And about that time, the bottom dropped out of the economy. And we were left not really, we didn't even need one.
Oh, bless your heart.
One production studio to keep up with the commercial loads at that particular time. But it was still a blessing that we have both of those and the new facility to work with now.
But I love, so little known fact for our listeners, my son in high school, Dean, I was madly scrambling to find an internship for my son who was in an engineering class in high school, and he needed an internship, and I was running out of places to go in Hall County, and I said, hey, Dean, could you use a kid? I mean, you have just been so phenomenal to help grow young people in White County.
Oh, he was great. And we've had several other interns who do the summer months that have worked with us. And we enjoy working with them and letting them, find out a little bit about radio. And hopefully that will help them somewhere down their career. I know we have one attorney here in town that Carl Free that worked for us for several years.
Oh,
and
Carl, you've been holding out on me.
Yep, he worked all the way through high school and all of college, and he was a very valuable asset to us at that time, especially giving me some weekend relief.
Right, I'm sure.
But we've had several over the years that has been amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have gone on to do, bigger and bigger things in their life. And so we're just really proud of them.
But you taught them very critical lessons that a lot of our employers look for now. But I love the nod to the history. One of his favorite things was swap shop.
Yes.
And a lot of radio have gone away from that aspect, and to me that's a very Cleveland thing. I love the swap shop.
Yeah. A lot of folks knows about the swap shop.
Yeah. And we call it worldwide swap shop.
It is worldwide
because
it's digital. You can listen to it anywhere.
You can listen to it anywhere, and we also post it on our website and such. But, the World Wide Web, right here from Cleveland, Georgia.
I love it.
Love it.
World-known swap shop.
But there are several other radio stations across the country that are like we are. They're small, hometown, and they're family-owned. And, in fact, I just recently, the other day, found out this radio station in New Mexico that is family-owned. The husband and wife actually bought the station and started working there and started building it up and everything. He passed away, but his wife decided to continue on, and their children have now working in the station. It's a community station there.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, Cleveland and White County. It's Danya with a Tipsy Tomato coming at you on this beautiful chilly day. We just wanted to say thanks for your patronage to the latest restaurant and wine bar on the square in Cleveland, Georgia. We've been celebrating 1 year, and that's thanks to you, our friends, our neighbors, and all the guests that come our way. Check out our weekly and daily specials on Facebook and Instagram, and be on the lookout for our Valentine's dinner coming soon. We appreciate you. Thank you, Cleveland.
Find out why travelers are leaving 5-star reviews for the gourmet breakfast at the Sautee Inn. Experience true Southern hospitality in a historic Victorian farmhouse with breathtaking mountain views and decadent nightly desserts. Book your escape to get your breakfast at thesauteeinn.com. The Sautee Inn, historic charm, modern comfort.
Well, that was a great segue, your radio station in New Mexico, into one of the next questions that we wanted to talk to y'all about. As a family-run station, what is it like building something so meaningful together?
You want to take that one, or?
You go ahead.
Okay. Well,
She defers.
I think building it together we take this not just it's not a 9-to-5 job.
Right.
The operation.
He says that. Tell everybody what time you get up in the morning.
We enjoy it. If not, I would not
He's
be
not
getting
gonna
up
tell
at
you.
4 a.m. every
There it
morning.
is.
4 a.m. every morning for the last 50 years or so. But
50 years, people. 4 a.m. You couldn't do it.
that's right.
I know because
Well,
I couldn't do it.
It's
Can't do it either.
it's a challenge sometimes. But the operation of the station, we feel it's just a part of us because it's a 7-day a week, 24 hours a day operation. We might be home at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. We might not be at the radio station. The studios are building itself, but the radio station is on our mind. And even during the nighttime, midnight or 2 a.m. when I get up to go down the hall, I sometimes go and check
on it.
make sure the radio station is broadcasting and everything's going out there like it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not,
Then we got to put on our shoes and go.
everybody's, awake at that time. So
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, luckily, years ago, we would have to do that. We'd have to, I have done that, get up in the middle of the night, have to, jump in the car, truck, and run to the radio station to correct a problem. Now with, the technology we have now, a lot of it, we can do a lot remote work, and it does help us a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep.
But overall, it's been such a blessing. And I think we started out that way when we first actually purchased the station, is we didn't know if we really could do it. We didn't know if we could afford to do it. But we said, it's okay if we don't.
Yeah.
So we just kind of put it over in.
And you raised a family while doing this over 50
true.
years.
Yes,
I mean, it
yes.
wasn't like you stopped your life and just did this.
Our daughter Luana, she was raised at the station when they when I was on at home on maternity leave, that's when I was actually doing the logs with a typewriter. Dean brought the typewriter home.
Yes.
So I worked remotely with the typewriter because, and she had a little playhouse up in the woods where her friends would come down, and they would go in the back studio and play in there. So, but I think maybe she doesn't really want to do radio because she got so much radio when she was young. So
Well, she saw all the hours that goes into operating a radio station. So,
and our granddaughter Ansley, we have high hopes for her.
I know.
Who knows?
but during all that time too, we've had lots, and we still have lots of great local businesses here that support us, and we're so thankful of that because, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to survive. And many of the businesses, some that we have on right now, have been advertising with us for 25 to 30 years.
Decades, yeah.
25 or 30 years, constant.
Which, that's important.
It is.
In today's, anytime you own a business, that name out there, all the, even if it's over and over again, that's what you want because you want it planted
That top
in
of
their,
mind.
Yep.
Yes.
True.
So that's what radio does. You might say like, what? Cleveland Drug Company.
Oh,
You know.
that one's got to be 30 years.
Oh,
Not quite, but
Pretty
they've
close.
been with us several
I
years.
mean, that comes top of mind. You would see a billboard and you kind of trust that name because you've heard it. It's been implanted in there. So,
Yeah.
Getting your trademark out there and your name recognition. So a lot of folks realize that's a good thing.
It is. It is.
Yep.
And you and I were talking that while social media can be AI tweaked, when you hear, I'm Dean Dyer, that is not AI. That is really Dean Dyer.
It might be recorded, but it's still
It
me.
is still you, right?
And
And we
he's-
know that. And they
Yeah.
and we trust Dean's voice. And
And he's from old school. When they used to, teach, you need to get all your sources, you need to get it
Right.
correct and everything. Now,
not everybody checks sources,
no, they put it out and then you have to,
figure out if it's real or
That's
not.
true.
Yes.
That's true.
yes.
Which is just another such an important piece about y'all, serving the community, is serving as that voice for, trusted news. And like you said, making sure the things you're putting out there are not clickbait, random, things. Like it's actual local news that's been verified and, they can trust it. So.
And national news. I mean,
Yeah.
you have the most unbiased national news I've ever seen.
Well, we
do a good job.
We several years ago worked out an arrangement with the Fox News Network, and they help us provide that. And we've had opportunities in the last, I'm not sure exactly, 25 years or so we've been with Fox to have opportunity to use another news service, but we say nope. We like Fox, and they're
And
right
your-
now providing us
Your
good-
listeners like that too. So very good. So, everything's not always roses, right? Sometimes there's some hard stuff.
Oh, you've been around the station with Bonnie cracking the whip, huh?
Nobody's going to believe that. I don't know why he tells that story. So it's kind of, in other entrepreneurs, one of the things we want to, make sure that we do is create a fair picture. There have been some hard seasons, right?
Oh, definitely.
But you get through it. So tell us a little bit about some of the hard stuff.
Well, it's one of those I mentioned earlier about when we built the new building and the economy dropping off there in 2008. It was really challenging at that time because not only did our business drop, a lot of other businesses their business was down, so a lot of them decided they couldn't advertise. But that's the time when they really need to advertise. When the economy is down or your business is down, that's when you need to advertise to build it up.
Right.
If you got
That's when you're fighting for clients.
you're fighting. You're trying to grab every person out there for a business. Those are times. Others we've had challenging times. Getting one thing going to the FM.
You and I talked a lot of years about moving to FM.
Right.
And so I know I was on the tail end of that conversation, but for many years, you and I had conversation about how to get over that FM hump.
True.
And you did it in spades. Great job.
What we did, though, it took quite a while. Getting the
Years.
things set up and getting the process through the FCC, who regulates us. We have to abide by their rules and keep things operating, hopefully, as above board all the time.
And I see in you guys, it's that heart for the people that got you through the tough times.
Oh, it is.
Definitely.
We get constantly. We have people call up and they, especially sometimes you go for maybe weeks or maybe months before, you hear from anybody particularly that has some positive things to say.
Right.
And you get a call from one of our listeners especially, and they say, we really appreciate, what you're doing and stuff. And that pumps us back up, or at least it does me. Yeah.
I wonder if they keep a smile file.
Oh, yeah.
Do y'all keep a like a place where you keep notes from people or
We
comments
do.
people? We do that. We call it the smile file. Photos of events that we love where people had a great time, things like that.
True. Ours is, we call it it's the FCC file.
Oh.
Because the FCC wants to know if you're serving the public.
Oh,
And
yeah,
if-
well,
if
that
you've
makes
got,
sense, yeah.
If you've got some positive notes there from people, from chamber or other businesses around, county government.
Means we need
they,
to send more notes to them.
Yeah.
Noted.
And they say, thank you for helping us with this particular project or whatever. They know we're serving the community.
Oh, you are. You certainly are.
So, a shameless plug, everyone send thank you notes to Bonnie and Dean and tell them how much that they mean to you. So, you've talked a lot about being trusted by, the community and helping build those businesses up and all the different seasons that you walked through. When y'all look back on your journey at WRWH thus far, what are the things that you're the most proud of?
I'm proud of this community because, 1969 when I moved here, it was a small little town. I could pull up where Burger King is now. Burger King wasn't there at
Yes.
that time. I pull up there on Highway 129. I had no trouble getting out into the highway, coming up to the square.
All that traffic now.
Yeah, now sometimes you have to wait a few minutes before we get out in there. But the community, I appreciate that. The people that we've been able to, interact with. I've met so many great people with either through our county, city government, chamber, of course. Over the years, we've worked we're here when the chamber began.
That's right.
We helped.
You predate this little chamber.
We predate the chamber.
A founding member.
Have
That's
tried to get
right.
the chamber going there. So, but just the community and our business people that have stuck with us over the years. So,
And the new folks,
yeah,
it's
Right.
been really good to know.
Like Ted. Right?
yeah.
When would you have ever thought?
I know. So it's,
We love you, Ted
yeah.
Eccles.
I love his show too.
And that's
yes,
right.
Yeah.
Yes, he is amazing.
He's pretty
So
sweet.
sweet.
Yes, but it's always new businesses that's coming in that wants to advertise on the radio. It's new folks moving into the area that finds us on the radio, and some of them don't know,
Oh, yeah.
but and when they do, we've had several people call and said we've never had a radio station like this before.
I know.
and we really like it. So, and I'm just so grateful, for them to call and let us know that,
Sure.
which is really, really nice.
So sweet. Any other, y'all have owned the business for a long time and grown it. Any advice that you would give to somebody who's looking to start a business or grow their own business?
Advertise.
Truly.
Yeah,
Yeah, shameless plug.
I know.
You got to
But-
get your name out there.
Yeah, really, you do.
WRWH, AM 1350, FM 93.
You got to get your name out there, but also you need to have a business plan.
Plan.
I have talked over the years with different people they've started a business here and go in and talk to them about advertising. He says, well, we just really didn't think about doing any advertising. We'll think about that later. But they should think about that when they
You might not be around to think about it
long
later
enough
if
to-
you don't
And
think
some
about
of them
it.
are not. Some of them didn't last that long because they didn't have not only an advertising plan or a business plan. They just open up a office space.
I'm
or
just
whatever.
good at X,
Yeah.
right? So,
And I think people too often believe if they build it, people will come, which is really
Patently
not true,
untrue.
you know? So
hate to break it to you.
Yeah, you gotta get your name out there, and that's what
Also-
we're here for, to help.
And I heard Bonnie say it. If it doesn't make you a little bit nervous, right? You said that when we bought the business, we weren't sure we were going to make it. I think every good entrepreneur's had that moment where they thought,
What
"Can
have
I
I got
really
myself
do this?
into?
What have I got myself into?"
Hey, we do
It's
that
like,
almost
okay if it is, and okay if it's not.
Right?
You know?
You're just going to have to be good with
almost
it.
every month or so. We do that. Why are we still in business? No.
Well,
But we'll
and you
remind
guys do such a great job of being out in the community, right? Not just on the radio.
Well, Dean more so than me. I'm more of the sit at my corner area.
But you
and
talk to
take care of
people when the
everything.
phone rings.
Well, that's true.
That's a hard type thing to do.
But Dean is out in the community and attending meetings and stuff. I would say he has attended more county commission meetings
Than
more City of
anybody.
Cleveland, the Board of Education. Over the years, I mean, he's
Than
been there.
anyone.
Well,
Sometimes,
for a while, Shirley McDonald almost had a beat there.
well, there are a lot of late, cold Monday nights that you and I are the only ones at a city council meeting, and you attend more of them than I do. So.
It takes, you've got to be out there to get that news. So people want that, and that's what we want to share with them. So,
Yeah, it is good.
and we would like to do more. Our problem is having the staff to do that, and we we're looking at that. We want to increase our staff if we can, to get some more people helping us out to do a better job.
Of
So we
covering
just
the
got to find the right person out there that who likes serving, the community, likes communicating and such. And
They're out there.
When we get, they're out there somewhere.
They're
When
out
we
there.
hopefully we get those right people, we'll be able to expand and do an even better job for White County.
Yeah. Oh, you do a fabulous job for White County.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all so much. And I tell you a lot, Dean, that having a good solid journalistic outlet for our community is so vitally important, because rumor is a whole lot easier to spread.
Yes.
especially when you're talking about the AI stuff now, people can make all sorts of things on Facebook and people believe anything
and
that
it's-
they see.
And we have had calls, and they have seen some of those, and I said, it's AI.
Yeah.
Fish falling out of the sky and all this stuff. It's AI.
And sometimes it doesn't even have to be AI. Early on, when I first came to the chamber, we shared a photo of the Indian mound while it was being excavated in the 40s, maybe?
So, yeah.
I mean, it was a black and white photo. It was clearly not recent, right?
Yeah.
And we shared it on social media, explaining that some artifacts were collected and it went to the Smithsonian. We got all these comments on Facebook about, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're bulldozing the Indian mound." I'm like, no one's this was
true.
so long ago. Read the
Well, that's the problem. They don't read the
Can't
actual
expect people to be-
story. They make their own up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
which is why radio is important, to convey that message.
Try to get it out there.
Right.
And we have to do it in kind of a concise pattern because we only have a certain amount of time on the air. So
Yeah.
some of our newscasts, are
Are
limited
tight,
to
yeah.
what we can get on there. So we try to pick out the best information we can, put it in that 30 seconds or sometimes a minute it takes to get the story out.
But you do a good job at it.
Right.
Well, it would not be Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks. He's going to do the same thing everybody does. So it would not be Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks if we did not ask you what your go-to coffee order is. He doesn't drink coffee. I don't know about Bonnie.
I don't, but I do like some iced coffee.
Oh, okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
I would go with iced coffee.
You'll do an iced coffee?
Yeah.
What flavor? What flavor
Or
do you
just
like?
plain.
I think the last one we got was like a caramel.
Caramel, yeah.
That sounds good.
Caramel chocolate, you know.
Well, we didn't know that. We have iced coffee in the fridge
have
downstairs.
we
We
have
could have
iced coffee
served you
downstairs.
out.
We'll make you
Alright.
iced coffee.
We'll head right
Let's-
down there
let's-
after this.
Cut this
All right,
and
gotta go, y'all.
Well, thanks for joining us on this episode of Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks, brought to you in part by our. Oh, what?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay,
I thought
I'm
you were
sorry.
going to forget to say it.
Brought
Again, we
to you
Gotta
missed
get
a
that
lot.
plug in. We gotta get that plug in.
Brought to you in part by our friends at Tipsy Tomato Restaurant and Wine Bar, as well as the Sautee Inn. So thanks so much for joining us, guys. We loved having y'all here today. And make sure to tune in to WRWH to listen to these guys who we love so dearly. Until next time, we will see you. Love you. Bye.